Greetings, timeless sagas enthusiasts. Today, we're going to embark on a thrilling journey through the ages, exploring the magnificent world of castles. So, buckle up, grab your favorite medieval beverage, and get ready to dive into this architectural adventure. Once upon a time, in the not-so-distant past, castles ruled the landscape. These majestic fortresses were more than just lofty stone towers surrounded by moats, they were the very essence of medieval society. Castles served as military strongholds, political powerhouses, and luxurious residences for the elite. In the next few minutes, we'll unveil the mysteries behind these iconic structures, discover their myriad purposes, and learn why they still captivate our imaginations today. Now, before we go galloping into the medieval era, we must first lay the groundwork for understanding castles. The word castle comes from the Latin castellum, which means a fortified place. Fortification was the name of the game in the Middle Ages, as the world was a playground for marauding invaders like the Vikings and the Normans. Castles provided safety and security, and they were a clear symbol of power for the lords and kings who ruled the land. In the early years of castle construction, we find the motte and bailey, a simple yet effective design. Imagine a towering mound of earth, known as the motte, topped with a wooden keep, or tower. Surrounding this motte was a flat, open area called the bailey, where a village could thrive under the watchful eye of the lord in his keep. A wooden palisade and ditch encircled the bailey, creating a formidable barrier to would-be attackers. The motte and bailey design was popular in the 11th and 12th centuries, but there was one major problem: wood burns. Enter the age of stone castles. The late 12th and early 13th centuries saw a shift in castle design, as architects began replacing wood with stone. These new castles boasted thicker walls, stronger gatehouses, and taller keeps. The most iconic feature of stone castles, though, was the curtain wall, a massive barrier that enclosed the entire complex. With the addition of stone, these castles became virtually impregnable fortresses, virtually being the key word here. Nothing could withstand the wrath of a medieval siege engine. Speaking of siege engines, let's talk for a moment about the art of castle defense. A castle's strategic location, usually on a hill or near a water source, was its first line of defense. The addition of moats, drawbridges, and portcullises also deterred some would-be attackers. But when a full-scale siege was underway, it was time for the defenders to break out the big guns, or rather, the big stones. Siege engines like trebuchets and catapults hurled massive projectiles at castle walls, while battering rams aimed to break down their gates. Defenders fought back with boiling oil, arrows, and cunning tactics, like building double walls for added protection. Now, you might be thinking, hey, these castles sound like great places to lay low during an invasion, but what about the rest of the time? Excellent question, my history-loving friends. Castles weren't just stone fortresses, they were also the hub of medieval society. Lords and ladies resided in the castle's residential quarters, known as the solar. Here, they entertained guests, dined on sumptuous feasts, and engaged in the finer pursuits of life, like music and poetry. Castles also housed a great hall, where important gatherings took place, as well as a chapel for spiritual nourishment. But life in a castle wasn't all feasting and merriment. The castle's inhabitants had to be self-sufficient, as the nearest town or village might be miles away. This is where the bailey, that open area we mentioned earlier, played a crucial role. Within the bailey, you would find gardens, workshops, stables, and other essential facilities. Castles even had their version of a medieval shopping mall, a bustling marketplace where merchants peddled their wares. And lest you think that castles were purely utilitarian, let's not forget their role as symbols of wealth and power. The more opulent the castle, the more influential its owner. Lords and kings spared no expense in adorning their castles with ornate decorations, elaborate gardens, and other architectural marvels. Castles like France's Château de Chambord and England's Windsor Castle still stand today as testaments to the grandiosity of their medieval occupants. Now, as the Middle Ages drew to a close, so too did the Golden Age of castles. The advent of gunpowder and cannons rendered their mighty walls obsolete, forcing architects to devise new forms of fortification. Castles gradually gave way to star-shaped forts, designed to withstand the destructive power of cannon fire. But this wasn't the end of the castle story, oh no, dear viewers. In the 18th and 19th centuries, a wave of Romanticism swept through Europe, rekindling an interest in the medieval past. Wealthy aristocrats began building mock castles, extravagant mansions designed to resemble the castles of old. These neo-Gothic creations, like Germany's Neuschwanstein Castle, were more about style than substance, as they lacked the military prowess of their medieval counterparts. Nonetheless, they continue to enchant visitors from around the world, preserving the legacy of the castle for future generations. So, there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour through the fascinating world of castles. These iconic structures have borne witness to the rise and fall of empires, the clash of great armies, and the triumphs and tragedies of human history. And as we continue to marvel at their enduring beauty and strength, we are reminded that, truly, the castle's saga is a timeless one. Thank you for joining me on this epic adventure into the realm of castles. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more captivating tales from the annals of history. Until next time, stay curious, and keep exploring the timeless sagas that make our world so rich and fascinating.